When should you absolutely terminate a patient? First of all, if a patient is unnecessarily rude to my staff, the doctor, anyone in the practice, or even another patient, that's happened, being out in the waiting room, sometimes some conversations happen. And when I say rude, I'm not talking about the fact that they didn't hold the door or maybe they accidentally bumped into someone on the way out. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean, they were beyond embarrassing. They attacked maybe you, they attacked one of your coworkers, they made your team members feel really small. This is something that we have to pay attention to as owners and managers. When a patient is unnecessarily rude to your employees, that puts us in a position to understand that we have to take care of our employees, right? You have this situation happening. We as business owners have to respond to that. One of the responsibilities of the job is that we have people under us and we're responsible for their safety and for providing a safe workplace. When you have a patient who is very rude and even borderline violent, you have a duty to protect your employees. In cases of any expressed violence, like say they make a threat to you, you do need to call the authorities as there could be potential assault charges involved. If anything happens to your employee afterwards, there might be issues if you did not step up to protect them. It is, remember, your responsibility to provide a safe working environment as a business owner. Now, I'm not an HR expert, so I'm not going to delve too much into that, but you can go back to previous podcast episodes where we talked to Dwayne Tinker about workplace violence and how to handle that. And I also know from my experience with HR companies that these are serious issues we face. It's something that nobody told me about that can happen when we're not paying attention. Patients are usually not happy when we give them unexpected balances or when they're in pain. This actually is very common. Something else that arises is patients who actually make us very uncomfortable. Perhaps you have a patient who has flirted with you or a team member and just has that creepy vibe. Most of us women understand this, and probably even some of your men, right? We don't want to be alone with this person. When your employees express this type of discomfort when they're treating a patient, you have to listen to that. You yourself probably don't want to work on someone you felt uncomfortable with, so I get that. And we know some of our patients are just not pleasant to be around. And if this discomfort affects the employee's ability to perform their job, well, we need to pay attention. Instead of being open and accommodating to the patient, I think sometimes we have to flip that around, right? We sometimes must open our arms to our employees and prioritize their well-being. Would you like to hear more? Follow the link for the full episode.